Everybody hating that West Coast time. Everybody hating that West Coast time. We're late, but we appreciate you guys hanging out and waiting for the show with us. 42 live. Thank you guys so much. We're backstage bantering on first appearance of Wolverine and whether it's 180 or Boom. We got a fun show tonight, you guys. First and foremost, want to say thank you to everybody in the community that has been doing such a great job of supporting us. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Please check out all the descriptions below and hit those subscribe buttons too. We're getting very close here to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking we got to put together some big, huge craziness for 1,000 subscribers. So start thinking.
Oh yeah, I'll give away a decent slab for sure.
Yeah, right. All right, you guys. This is the CBSI Hot 10 show, where we bring you the Hot 10 comics on the secondary market, curated by the one and only Ben S. Over on comicbookinvest.com. You guys can find that list every Friday. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. But we always start with the Almost 10. The Almost 10 are the fun places where we find all those crazy books that you might not necessarily know about. So make sure to always show up in time for the Almost 10. All right. That being said, let's get to it. The Almost 10 brought to you by me, the Amazing. So, like I said, thank you, Ben. You've passed me in subscriber count, bro, and I feel a little bummed out because you've been around like a month less than me. But I'm not crying. I'm not crying yet. You guys, thank you so much. 655 subscribers. Please, if you're not subscribed to The Amazing, go subscribe to The Amazing ASAP. And also do yourself a favor and go subscribe to Popcorn Culture too. 367 subscribers. We need to get him 400 by the end of the show. So Popcorn Culture, you guys, Richie's new named channel. Drop in the link in the chat for everybody to check out.
Thank you guys so much.
Let's do it. Let's get those subscribers.
You're gonna make me cry.
And we'll get it on tape. And we've got
oh, you asshole.
So thank you guys. Let's get into the Almost 10, starting with Exiles number 2. From what, 2011? 2018? Yeah, this one is interesting. It's just the regular cover, and now we're seeing the regular cover. It wasn't the variant that everybody was going crazy for, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so that, and we're going to see lots of movement on these Thor books because of this Thor trailer. Not a whole lot, not a whole lot was going on this week. So that one kind of stood out, but I'm still very curious about who the blue-haired girl is, the blue-haired pirate or whatever she is, who that is. I have no clue. And then I have one other question on the Moon Knight thing as well. But yeah, so I think just seeing the Valkyrie, and this is the current iteration. This is the MCU variant or the MCU version. So that's, I think, why it's seeing a little bit of love. $200 CGC 9.8 right now, so it's pretty high. And I just now noticed with the book actually blown up. I didn't know that they had that little Wolverine, like she was carrying that little Wolverine chibi thing or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, the one that always looks weird on the variant.
Yes.
I wish we wish it wasn't there. It looks weird. But all right, what is this selling for?
$200 CGC 9.8 for the A cover.
We're going Thor crazy, you guys. It's starting, and we're also going multiverse crazy. We're just going to continue going Marvel crazy, or are we? Pride of Baghdad is on the list. You guys, I couldn't find this cover. I could not find it. I had to rely on Ben grabbing me a screenshot from his collection or something.
Yeah, first of all, I didn't even know Brian K. Vaughan did this book. I guess it's a trade paperback only. It's not.
Here's the funny thing. I remember talking about The Pride of Baghdad when it came out. It was a really good story. So I think we talked about it on Flipside when it came out for sure.
Oh.
When I saw it written in there, I went, oh man, I knew that was going to end up being something because it's such a good story. But tell us what's going on. Why are we hearing about this?
So this is a preview, like almost like an ash can, but it's still like trade paperback thick. So, like there was one listing on eBay, and this was a sale. No current listings that I could find. This is definitely an odd one. Sold for $360. Yeah, and it's basically just it looks like the color version is just black and white, right? It looks pretty much the same.
Yep. That's the only difference I see. So, well, that's cool. It's a cool story. I love it when we see these cool stories that are just, good, well-written type things, real, comic books or graphic novels. People start to talk about, was there ever any news of optioning this or anything? I don't know. Chat, let us know if you know about that, if there was any option news throughout the time, because it's been out for a while now. But all right, on to the next Almost 10. One of the most beautiful covers for a comic you will ever see. That is 100% for certain. And SpiderGwen on top of it. SpiderGwen Ghost Spider #1, the Ji Hung Lee 1 in 100 variant, was hot from jumping off the presses.
Shout out to Long Short.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has always been pretty much sought after. Everybody wanted this. But this was a CGC 9.6, not a 9.8. But a 9.6 sold for $1,800 this week. So that's about what a 9.8 was selling for
when it came out.
Before. Yeah. I mean, that's basically kind of what 9.8s were selling for. So now a 9.6 is selling for that. But I will say this: if you go to your back issue bins, actually try and find these Ghost Spider books, either the original Ghost Spider or the SpiderGwen Ghost Spider. You can't find them, like any of these issues. It's crazy.
The original cover is nice too.
Yeah, they're pretty good covers, but you just cannot find them. I don't know if LCSs are like sorting, or if they're putting them in a different place, or what they're where they're storing them. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a couple runs of SpiderGwen Ghost Spider, right?
Yes, there was 2.
Yeah. So
one is just Ghost Spider and one is SpiderGwen Ghost Spider.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people loving SpiderGwen, that's for sure. All right. Next on the list, some Bronze Age horror callback with Legions of Monsters #1, and the Spotlight Girl Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah, so this one got hot a while back. This was like in like one of the actors or something was like, it may have been was Jared Leto or something, was reading this or something. You remember that? Like he was like, one of the actors for it might have been Leto, and he was holding this book while he was
that would
reading
make sense. Yeah.
But so this back then it kind of jumped up. But this was only about probably $15-$20 book, and this week it was selling for $40. And we'll kind of get into this, stuff about this Elsa stuff or whatever. But I think she's kind of the key to a lot of this, even though she's not the key on this cover, but she is kind of secondary on this cover.
Well, we're probably going to be seeing more books with her on the list next week, I would imagine. So, with the news of casting, right?
Yeah, and we'll kind of get into that for sure. It's it's
interesting.
Yeah.
All right. What was this going for Raw, you said?
40.
Nice. Cool cover. I can understand why people just want it no matter what. It's one of the better Morbius covers. All right, next on the list, a rare one for sure. Brandon Lee, Taken Too Soon graphic novel. And to be honest, it's kind of a weird cover.
Did you think that he was like hung? Like he was? It was like a hanging cover.
Yes, it's the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I thought it was very strange as well. But I've never even heard of this book.
Neither have I.
But I'm guessing this. I don't know when did I didn't even look to see when this actually came out, or who the publisher was on this.
Yeah, it looks like it was from that era when they were doing all those rock covers and sports covers. But this is 94, March of 94. So biography of Brandon Lee. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, but this sold for $100 this week, so it's
Boneyard Press. Boneyard Press.
I feel like I've heard of Boneyard Press before.
Oh yeah.
But wow. Yeah, it like your initial thought on this is he's hanging.
Yeah.
Which is would be really twisted, but
yeah. Well, considering he didn't die that way, it'd be really weird.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
And what was the sale?
100.
Raw.
And
probably trash too.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Next on the list, we've got Dr. Aphra #1 variant that is going crazy. Beautiful cover. Black Chrysanthemum, the murder droids, Vader.
Yeah. So this one's pretty. I mean, it's a 1 in 100, so it's pretty hard. But good Lord, a 9.8 sold for 4,900.
Wow.
I mean that's like. I mean, I'm trying to think of like modern variants. That's easily top 10.
Yeah.
Easily, right?
Yeah. That's high, bro.
I mean,
that's really high.
5K is. Oof.
Yeah. I mean, what up, Mel?
What's going on, brothers? How's everybody? Yo, my apologies. Yo, I fell asleep.
Oh, I know that, brother.
And I woke up late. Rich, Ben, how you doing, man?
What's up, buddy?
I'm good, Mel. Yourself?
And good. Home, relax. What I missed so far?
Not much. You're a couple books into the almost 10 with the crazy Aphra sale. That, man. So it is a 1 in 100. I get that, but
5K, yeah. It's not like it's her first appearance. I mean, isn't
exactly. I mean, look what Framebrain said, and this is exactly what I thought when I first saw it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's crazy. I mean, that's probably what, $2,000. You could buy 2 of those. You could buy the variant and all printings of the regular cover for less than this.
I ain't gonna tell you this book looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. All right. This next one though, you're gonna thank Ben for putting this on the list. Everybody that's watching this right now, a beautiful Dave Stevens cover for the Comics Journal magazine. And man, this is beautiful. 1987 Comics Journal 117, I believe. Dave Stevens fans definitely know about this book or magazine, but it is Dave Stevens is like for some reason he doesn't get as much love as he should. He'll get spikes here and there when people see Space Vixens or something like that, or we talk about Rocket. What's Rocketeer. But other than that, there's not a lot of mainstream love for Dave Stevens, and this is beautiful.
Yeah, and it's weird. I mean, like, I know they've reused some of his arts for like some like incentive variants, but you would think that those would be worth something, and they're just not. They're just not. But I mean, because as far as like you think of like eras like golden age, cream of the crop was like, Frazetta, Baker, and then like silver age is like Neil Adams, those type, and then but then like
Wrightson.
yeah, but then like 80s, I mean, like as far as like who you
Greats.
would greats, I mean, Stevens has to be one of those, and I mean most of his stuff was not mainstream, and this is obviously not really a comic, but it's it's kind of like Marvel Age or whatever those books that kind of had like interviews and stuff on the inside, but yeah, I mean, you would just think that these would be worth more than they are, because they're not really that easy to find.
It feels like he is like the guy who birthed Cho, Adam Hughes,
Right.
J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, and I think
stuff
he's
like that.
and I think, I mean, if you look at their faces, I think he's better than
100%. 100%. Yeah. I one of the things that I do, there's a couple things that I look for when I go to a show, a con. One is always that static Lost Boys cover, and another one is Dave Stevens signed books, and you can get them for surprisingly cheap. Unfortunately, he's no longer around anymore. He passed in 88? Is it 88? 2008. Sorry, 2008. My bad. 2008. So yeah, he passed a while ago, unfortunately, and yeah, it's he's one of those guys that comic lovers definitely put him high, and we got a bunch of new people jumping in. They need to see books like this.
Of course, yeah. But this sold for this week for over 100. Yeah. So yeah, so it's I'm not sure where you're going to find comics. These are oversized, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you probably have to find these in like magazine back issues, which a lot of stores don't have. But
the first thing I look for in a store is a magazine bin. That's the first thing I hit. All right, very cool. Next on the list, Thrawn number 3. The what is this? 1 in
25.
25. 1 in 25. Raza variant. Raza is just he's become one of those guys where people are just seeking out anything that he's done now. And this is a beautiful cover. So
it is. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah. And this is the first appearance of this lady, right?
I believe it is. It is.
Yeah, so this is pretty hard to find. First of all, most of the Thrawn stuff is pretty hard to find anyway, but this is pretty hard to find because it is a number 3. But this is what's crazy. One sale this week, $180 with color rub, and one of the staples was pulled out. So basically, if you graded it, I think a staple issue is automatically drops it to a 7. I think so. That's like the best that you could get would be a 7, and it sold raw for 180. So that's how.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the 1 in 10 animation variant for Thrawn 2, number 1. Beautiful. Big book. Yeah. Flame Brain says he just picked up that beautiful Raza Chewbacca cover. Gorgeous. All right, you guys, let's continue on 115 live. We've got a couple more books in the almost 10. Now we've got Decal, Raza, and Decal.
This is for Mel. Hey man, you can go ahead and describe it since you're here. I put this on here just for you, brother.
Yo, the gun number 2, Jeff Decal,
Decal.
Decal. Jeff Decal variant. 1 in 10. I spoke with the creators. Maybe 100 of them out there. Maybe 150 if you're lucky. It was my sale. It went crazy. Rarity is key in our industry right now. Couple that with one of the hottest artists out right now, and you get magic. I know a lot of people will say, "Well, why would anybody pay this amount for this book?" People want what they want. You can't get mad at people wanting what they want.
There's a lot of there's a lot of those rare books for Decal. There's a lot of rare Decal books out there.
Yeah, and this is one of them. And yeah, it was my sale, and the way it happened. I don't know if we were on the Amazing, but the way it happened, it was.
We caught you right at the end as you were talking about it,
bro. It was a battle back and forth between two good people, and the only reason the battle stopped was one of the people said he couldn't bid. He couldn't press the button in time. And what did he do? He contacted Mr. Decal, and purchased one from him for $10.50. So
Wow.
So basically $2,000 sales.
Yeah.
raw.
Wow.
Raw.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
So there is a so yeah, in some of these creature books, there's the Forgive Me, Father one,
1 and 2, right?
but there's also another Forgive Me, Father that was actually a store exclusive.
That's one I'm thinking of.
That's pretty nice, and you can't find that one either, and that's a store exclusive. So
Which one?
The gun. It has the dude with the behind the person with the gun.
The priest is behind the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which.
It's really
I don't know
creepy and evil looking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's for issue 1 or 2. I'm not sure.
Issue 1. I can go ahead and say the story if you want. I said I won't get in trouble.
What is it?
Comic Exposure. It's Comic Exposure variant. NYCC.
Oh yeah, I don't. You know me. I don't mention stores. So.
My bad. But
No, you did. You can.
You can. I just don't.
Yeah. It was. I remember clearly. NYCC. That book, Forgive Me, Father, has been reprinted 3 times. John Yola, great friend of mine, Creature Entertainment. Matter of fact, they're going to be on Drunken Chat, and not this week, but next week, to talk about some of the upcoming stuff, because they have a cult following for these books. And you go on eBay and type in Creature Entertainment, look at sold sales, and these books came out 7 years ago, and they still get a pretty nice amount for those rare books. Like the Pants Down variant for Tommy was only 100 printed. The Tommy Glow in the Dark, which was impossible to find, it's glow in the dark. They put that glow in the dark stuff on there, but with a paintbrush, and fucked up a lot of copies. They only sent 75 of those out to Diamond. The Pants Down variant for Tommy, 50 went out through Diamond, and 50 they kept for themselves. It's a legit 100 print run. And again, it's people collect this stuff. It's not for everybody, but people do collect this stuff. And I'm happy for Creature Entertainment. They're really good people, and I hope to see a resurgence from them very soon. And there's also another Decal variant for the gun number 2, Comics Exposure. It's blue background. And then somebody has them listed for 400. 400 is crazy, but it's rare. There are maybe, I think it told me 200.
Hey, it's even rare if you're trying to get it from Comic Exposure, because you probably paid for it and never got it.
They're working on some things, man. They're working on some things.
By the way, shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio. Adam, is Adam going to be on Drunken Chat tonight, Mel?
I hope so.
We'll talk to him then. I owe him a response on a message. So shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio and Blind Adam. All right, let's get to the final almost 10 book of the night. Cave Woman number 1.
Budroot.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beast.
Yeah. So this one's, first of all, forget the Cave Woman. The freaking T-Rex with the giant snake wrapped around it is awesome. That's like the biggest snake ever. Yeah. So and I don't even know how in the world you get a CGC 9.8 on this. I think the census on this is like less than 10 maybe. Anyway, one sold this week for $3,500, which it's like a $1,500 savings from that Dr. Aphra. But yeah, $3,500 is crazy.
Yeah, those Cave Woman books are nuts, man. There's a really this one is awesome, the first one, but there's also a speaking of Frank Cho, we were talking about Dave Stevens and we brought up Frank Cho. Frank Cho has a beautiful, let me show it to you guys here. This is the Frank Cho one. Cave Woman, was it Cave Woman number 1, the mature version number 1 from 1998, and
is that Cho's first cover?
I think this is Cho's first cover, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is Frank Cho's first cover. So we'll have to find out. Here's another. You guys can see a better version of it right here. Really, really tough book. It took me forever to find this book. So, all right, you guys. I want to remind everybody to hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to check the description below. You guys can find all of us on multiple different platforms, and also make sure to check out comicbookinvest.com for not only the list every week, but all of the great articles they have over there. Let's get into the CBSI Hot 10.
Hey, I was going to say, don't forget, link below. It's got the link for comicbookinvest.com. It's also got the link for Mellow, which is not on our panel right here, but that's the owner of Aspen C. So follow him. Hey, I'm actually going to do a Whatnot sale.
Get the fuck out of here.
I am. I kid you not. I am. I'm going to do one. I'm going to be heading to Austin this week, so I'm going to try and squeeze one in before I go, but I am going to do one, and it's going to have some Stein packs. So,
Nice.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So
I got a sale right after the show.
Yeah. So make sure you follow Richie there. And
Also, you guys, I got a sale coming up Wednesday, May 4th. That is going to be the craziest Star Wars sale. It might be the craziest Star Wars sale on Whatnot ever.
Really?
Super rare books. Teaming up with Drew from Wanted Comics. Drew is going to start the day at 4 p.m. Eastern. Going to go till 7 p.m. Eastern. Then I'm going to go from 7 p.m. Eastern till 10 p.m. Eastern, and maybe go into Saturday night Modern Comic Mayhem. We'll see what happens, but Drew is doing all kinds of crazy 80s or 70s and 80s Marvel books for Star Wars. I'm going to have Dark Horse era stuff. I'm going to have a newsstand Heir of the Empire #1. I'm going to have a newsstand Legacy #1. I'm going to have probably one of the rarest Star Wars books that you can find. It's an Adam Hughes Rebel Heist Phoenix Comic Con variant, and so much more. And we might have one of the craziest giveaways you're going to see for that. We'll see what happens. So May 4th, me and Drew of Wanted Comics, make sure to follow those. So good stuff.
Did you put my graphic?
No, I didn't. I don't.
Damn it, man.
I didn't.
Can I promote myself for tomorrow?
And, well, I was going to go to it, but yeah.
Nope.
We don't want to forget our friend Mighty Mel V, who really doesn't need any promotion. I mean, let's be honest here. He doesn't need any promotion, but Mel, you've got some goodies tomorrow. What time are you going on?
11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's tomorrow night.
That's
Let me
tomorrow
find
night.
it.
That's tomorrow night, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
I wonder what time 11:30 is. If they do Eastern or Pacific, depending on where you're at.
In Hawaii, that's 5:30 p.m. In my time, that's 8:30 p.m.
I'm trying to find your damn cell, Mel. Tell us what's going on, man.
So if you guys are like high ratio, hard to find incentives, key incentives, I suggest you tune in. We are running books like Killmonger 2, Jeff Decal. We are running books like Agents of Atlas #2, Ron Lim, 1-25. We are running books like Star Wars Galaxy Edge, number 4, Stacey Lee variant. We are running books like George Perez, Fantastic Four 1-1000. And if they don't have pre-bids on them, I start all my stuff at $1. So
Nice, Mel.
Jen
bad.
Bartel, Jen Bartel, Ironheart, Riri Williams, Stephanie Hans, Ironheart. But the pre-bids they're up there, so
Mel,
grab the popcorn.
yeah, oh yeah, man. All right, we'll be tuning in live on Modern Comic Mayhem, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Let's get into the rest of the list, you guys. Starting with our honorable mention this week, the Golden Age. We got Jumbo Comics number 118, a crazy CGC 9.6 sale. Or is it crazy? I don't think it's crazy anymore to see these numbers. It feels like it was probably low.
Yeah, I mean, because I didn't look at the census, but the 9.6 that sold this week is the highest, and it's the only 9.6. Again, I mean, it's a Promise Collection book, so I still haven't figured out how these guys, I mean, how they kept them in such immaculate shape for 80 years. I don't understand that, but
Time machine, bro.
Sheesh. I mean, this thing is 52 pages. I mean, think how thick thick the books are now, with 50 pages or with 40 pages. I mean, those are so thick, and this was 52 pages on crappy, 1940s paper. But yeah, so yeah, it sold for 4,800. The Promise Collection. This gator looks a little weird to me, but I can't really tell. It doesn't say on the CGC label if this is a Matt Baker cover. It does say it's Matt Baker art, but it doesn't give credit to anybody for the cover. So it kind of looks like Baker, but it kind of doesn't. The girl in the water doesn't look like Baker. The girl on the crocodile looks more like Baker, if that makes sense.
And that happened a lot back then, where somebody would just redo a face or something.
And they got a no credit. That's what I feel really weird about some of the Golden Age stuff where they didn't even credit the writers or artists or anything.
Sometimes we wouldn't find out forever until somebody would do detective work, because somebody would, be saying that they did it for years, and there's crazy stories like that.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Pseudonyms. Yeah,
very, very strange. But yeah, so 4,800 for this one.
Not bad. All right, there was some crazy Golden Age sales last week. There was a lot of them on eBay. I know there was a recent Heritage auction. So Golden Age stuff is going crazy. But you know who else is going crazy? Elsa Bloodstone.
Oh man. Now, I'm still lost. Hopefully, Richie. Oh, he's not here. Hopefully, Richie can shed some light on the next wave. Elsa Bloodstone, this Bloodstone. She got like nieces and nephews running around out there, brothers and sisters and shit now.
You got it. I got slides ready.
Oh, bad.
So the book, you guys, is Marvel Zombie 1, Marvel Zombies from 2015, number 1, the Greg Land 1 in 25 variant. So let's get into this, Richie, whenever you're ready, bro.
Yeah, first this one sold for $150 this week raw. But yeah, and I don't know what Richie's got, that he's going to show here, but we'll kind of go into this a little bit.
So I'll go ahead and okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this shit down too, so I don't forget this shit.
So the footnote version, digging in $1. If you guys missed my live stream last night, here it is again. It's just real quick. MCU's quote Blade speculation and back issues to buy now. Elsa Bloodstone first appearance. Number 1 in Bloodstone 1, Modern Grail. Let's just be honest. It's over a $300 book raw. I don't even know what 9/8 are going for. Key Collector Comic app recently had a spec deck update regarding this, quote, Ruby character that is being casted. Could be Elsa Bloodstone. Now, the source. This came from Charles Murphy from Murphy's Multiverse from a casting call sheet on March 2nd from IMDb and whatever connections he has. Here's the verbatim, I guess you could say casting call, but kind of a shortened version. Ruby, a teenager described as thoughtful, It's, quote, thoughtful, serious, and burdened by growing up in a complex world. So we got Elsa Bloodstone just from the word ruby and this. Okay, solid spec. Elsa Bloodstone, solid spec, man.
What?
This is on my 2022 must-buy list. Okay, got you on that one. But hey, how about this character? This is what I'm thinking. So how about Blade's exotic dancer, longtime love interest from Earth 616, Saffron Calder DeVille? First appearance, Tomb of Dracula 12. There's regular Mark Jewelers and UK editions. Known specifically throughout the Tomb of Dracula run due to her ruby red hair. Also, on top of that, she's got 12 solid full appearances and 2 or 3 mentions, and a cameo in including in the modern comics. Now, this is what I like about this character over Elsa Bloodstone. Don't get me wrong, Elsa's coming. I don't know if this is this casting call that Charles Murphy reported is actually referring to this character, but this is the dart throw I'm looking at. Longtime girlfriend of Blade. This is Saffron. Makes 12 total full appearances to it. We just mentioned that. In the early days, when she was a teenager, stuck out with her ruby red hair. Sure, it says, quote, teenager, but the casting call states, and I'm paraphrasing here, and or implying she had a rough life. Well, Saffron is an exotic dancer. I'm not trying to be funny, but, you know. Long history with Blade throughout the Bronze and Modern Age. Also, here's another one I found. This is all through my own angles. Worked, and her origin is in New Orleans, Louisiana. Code name is Ruby. Could be short for Rue, or Rue with an X, full-blown Creole term. Elsa Bloodstone, don't get me wrong, is strong spec, no doubt. Thing is, the first is already a modern grail and out of reach for most. So, like Ben says, those variants, you want to look for those. But for this particular casting call situation, how is Elsa tied to the code name Ruby? Because of the stone, just Ruby. Okay, that's fine. That's one. I'm into the buy low, sell high scenario. So even with all these guys, low risk, high reward spec game. These are cheap books. Bloodstone 1 is a grail for me. I'm gonna have it. I can't wait to get it and find it. What about you guys? Thanks.
For casting calls, don't they sometimes change the name up just to throw people who leak stuff out, like they throw it off?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just going to throw this out here. All right. So this is where this particular week, all these comicbook.com, all these, which is, remember, these are like paid advertisements, basically. They're not like legitimate, even though you might think they're legitimate news, they're not really. But they're all basically, if you like go down the rabbit holes on where they got this information, it comes from this website called the Cosmic Circus. Okay, so don't go like support this Cosmic Circus thing or whatever. But if you read their Twitter, basically this whoever the writer of this Cosmic Circus says, I'm putting exclusive on it and putting my name on it and sounding confident about the report. Because I do that, it's not considered a rumor. And then you read the comments, and the first comment on that Twitter thing is some guy says, so you're still confident on that exclusive about the Bloodsport project that starts filming in Atlanta sometime in mid to late 2022? And she's like, look, let's put it this way. I don't believe I was lied to, but it's not looking good, no. Unfortunately, being wrong can still happen, even with an abundance of caution and extreme reliable source. So basically, she's saying, I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's this literally the stupidest thing ever. I'm sorry. I love Elsa Bloodstone as a character. I think you should definitely be buying these books. But if you're buying these books thinking that some random website that leaks information, you could throw out 5 million of these leaks, and you're going to hit every once in a while because you're just throwing crap at a wall. That is not legitimate news source. Do not follow that crap. And all these other websites and apps and all this other stuff that are following this saying, oh, it's been confirmed because Cosmic Circus said it was. That's crap. Do not follow that stuff.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
But Dollar, that was a fabulous. So it's Tomb of Dracula 12, you said?
Yeah, it's like a pretty cheap book if you can find it. But I noticed I mean, I'm not going to name the retailers because we don't, like I said, except Ben, he can do what he wants. But there was a specific one that had a ton of them. Look from 1.8 to like, I don't know. There was an 8.0 copy that I was on, and as soon as that thing dropped, I went over there and checked it out, did my research. They were gone. And I didn't say anything to anybody, so it didn't come from me, definitely. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just speculation. I know wishful thinking. Who you know? But case in point is that the Elsa is like Ben said,
She'll
strong.
be it.
Like all of us are agreeing, it's strong spec. There's just not enough there for me to just put all my eggs in one basket based on a code name Ruby.
She will be there at some point. I mean, there is no doubt that she's not going to be in there at some point.
Yeah, she's about as good as the lock as Aphra, right? At this point.
Yeah, Aphra, Silk. I mean, these are definite. These are going to happen for sure.
Miles.
Yeah, Miles. I mean, these are all guarantees. But again, you should not be. I think it just goes into the foolishness of these stupid leaked sites that I'm telling you, I could do this myself. If I really wanted to, I could just sit there and anybody follow my Instagram, I can just start saying, man, I got confirmation of this stuff. Go buy this stuff. Definitely. It's confirmed. And then when it doesn't happen, either pull it off or just say, oh man, something came up, sorry, it happens. No, if it's confirmed, like they're actually like they're basically saying it's confirmed for the Halloween special in October for the Werewolf by Night Halloween special. Okay, well that's like 5 months away from airing. That means they've already filmed it. They're in editing. So it's not going to not happen. She may be in it. I have no idea. But
T. Jones, I'm not saying that she's as important or as good as a character as Miles. I'm just saying that she's going to be a lock to show up in some type of MCU project.
Yes.
She's as good as Locke as those other guys are to show up. Does it mean that she's as good as a character? She's going to be more important? No, definitely not. But the Bloodstone lineage and family is like, it's important in that whole horror saga, and they're going that route. Well,
could they be casting her sister, or it's too early?
No, I mean, I don't think it's too early. I mean, haven't we seen this recently? Didn't something come out? Oh, there was something that did come out, and then all of a sudden they were in the MCU. Can't remember what it was, but yeah, I don't think it's too early. But you never know. Who knows?
All right, let's get into the list at number 10, an even crazier book to argue about. Hawkeye versus Deadpool, number 0, the famous.
Yeah, first Gwen. Yeah, fuck this book for the right reason. I mean, fuck this book in the disrespectful way that I don't normally use it. Fuck this shit. That's not.
Do you think
Gwen.
that this got put out? It shouldn't have been put out first. Do you think that maybe like
it ain't Gwen? It's not Gwen.
It's not Gwen, and it's not even Jane Foster Thor. 2 women are dressed up in Halloween costumes.
Right.
You don't know that.
Why not?
Why would you? How do you know?
Because she's walking around a Halloween party.
But like Ben made a good point backstage, though.
How can you cosplay for something?
He feels that it was their way to promote the characters, and I think that's.
But you can't cosplay for a character that doesn't exist. I can't cosplay for something that's going to happen 10 years.
Okay, so what universe does this take place in? Does Hawkeye vs. Deadpool take place in 616? Because Gwen wasn't 616.
616. That is behind Earth 14412 or 21 or whatever it is. The Thor got a Thunder Run pretty much every issue, going into King Loki and some of the Jane Foster Thor run until you get to the War of Realms happens in that same universe that is all this shit's going on, including that Avengers Forever 4 and all this other stuff with Jason Aaron. That universe, and if I could share my screen just real quick. I'm going to pull this up for you. I spent 2 hours making this presentation, so let's see. Let's try to do this here. I got to share the screen, and let's go. I'll do it quick. All right. So basically, here we go. I can't run the deal, but follow us. Okay, so Hawkeye versus Deadpool, number 7, takes place on Halloween. What the fuck is this shit?
Can you double click that so it's large, Richie?
I can't. I don't know how to do it. Is it hard to see? Is it bad? Let me see if I'll just go into slideshow then. How about that?
I thought WTF stood for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
There we go. Here we go.
Is
that better?
Yeah.
Is that better, guys? Okay, cool. All right. E616 main story. I'm talking about Hawkeye versus Deadpool 0. Now, historically, these books released, I think, within 2 to 3 weeks from each other. Chronologically, this is supposed to happen before the timeline in Thor: God of Thunder, because that's in the future. And I understand that whole, well, if it didn't happen before, how could it happen later? But the thing is that it didn't happen until the future. So meaning that character wasn't even in existence. So Gwenpool and a woman dressed as a female version of Thor: God of Thunder is caught in the background with a person with an alien costume, a punk rocker costume, a man dressed as a deer, and a few others. Okay.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you were famous, you can't tell me that you would not just randomly show up places.
Oh no, I feel you. Right. But
if I was freaking Thor,
based on the timeline, bro,
I guarantee I am showing up. I'm showing up at every Halloween party across the stupid country. I'll just take Mjolnir and I'll just fly to the next one. Be like, I'm off.
Somebody's saying 3 panels. Clearly, I don't understand what that means. I'm talking about these are 2 different characters. One is actually Jane Foster Thor, and the other one's just some woman dressed up as Thor.
You can't know that though.
But is that the 616? You just can't just travel. You just can't beam through universes,
right?
Well, sure you can. Why not?
Okay.
They beam through universes.
So let me finish this, Ben. Let me finish this. Thor: God of Thunder run and Thor: God of Thunder 25, which Ben and I both agree, and I'm sure you guys probably do too, is probably the book, in my opinion. But takes place during the way future in Earth 14412 universe, not in the past, hundreds to thousands of years in the past, and not during Halloween on Earth 616 with trick-or-treaters. As you can see here, these are the panels in Thor: God of Thunder. This is actually Jane Foster Thor right here. She's in 2 panels right here. Definitely a very strong cameo appearance. It's not a full story appearance. But you know, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't even want to get into that. All I know is that I'm just trying to say that, hey, you know what? I just don't think these are the same characters. Now, let me explain further. What Earth 14412 is, aka Earth TRN 355. It used to be called TRN 355, but Jason Aaron he retconned it to Earth 14412. And when does it take place?
Hold on, can we stop? I just want to take it real quick and talk on that for a second.
Sure.
How stupid is that? Earth TRN 355, aka E14412. That shit is so dumb. It just sounds like random numbers. It sounds like you're speaking in robotics.
Was the Secret War supposed to get rid of all the universes and make just 616?
Can't it just be Earth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Rant over.
Yeah. So, anyways, what is it takes place in a Prime Marvel Universe time? Okay, Earth 14412 is repeatedly stated to be in the quote far future of Earth 616, which takes place, according to Jason Aaron and Donny Cates, tens of thousands, millions, or even billions of years into the future. It's also known as the end of all time. basically, you know, in Loki, I know they have their own continuity. It's like Earth 19999, whatever. But that void that they all sent them to, that's kind of like where the areas we're getting into. But as a result, this deep connection, if a person from Earth 616 is killed, their Earth 14412 counterpart is erased from existence, and events in Earth 616 timelines affect the history of Earth 14412. Here's the link. Now, that goes back to Ben's point when he said, well, if she wasn't here in the first place, how could she be? Makes perfect sense. That's why I'm saying it's not her. I think it's just a woman who is dressed as Thor and Gwenpool. Now let's take a quick peek at what Marvel Wiki says. Okay, here's the link. But
how could you be dressed as SpiderGwen when there was no SpiderGwen?
Aha!
That's
Aha!
you're right. I totally get you. But remember, during that time, SpiderGwen was also in Spider-Verse. She wasn't in the 616 at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
Thor first appearance. This is what Marvel Wiki has updated the Thor God of Thunder Volume 1, number 25. Thor first appearance cameo only in Flash Forward, and if you click on it, it takes you to Jane Foster Thor Earth 616. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so there's the link, and let's go into the next one. Final thoughts. Why in the hell are people wasting money on Hawkeye versus Deadpool 0? No offense, Ben. I love you, bro. But let me. Oh, I don't know what happened right there. But these are some other books, so on and so forth. It just doesn't make sense to me that that's the and that's the end. That's the character, because you know, even though historically, yeah, they obviously appear in multiple panels or whatever the deal is, but it's not them. It's a woman dressed as Thor. If you go to Marvel fandom right now for this issue, Hawkeye versus Deadpool, you can go right now, Brian, share your screen, go do that. Hawkeye versus Deadpool number 0. Go look at the character references. They don't even mention Gwenpool or Thor. And they always do.
To me, it's just like it's just a collector thing. It's like Harley Quinn getting the coloring book, right? It's just like that.
Oh yeah, you want to grab all those and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck this book.
So what do you think, Ben?
You think it's Gwen and Jane Foster? You're muted, bro.
You're muted.
Oops. I think it could very. Nobody can positively say that it's not. They're both. She's wearing Jane Foster's exact outfit. She's wearing Spider-Gwen's exact outfit for characters who supposedly did not exist. Where did they come from? How did they know to dress like them? Now, again, this is just I think they put them in there to promote the other books. Great.
Yeah, it's an Easter egg.
But
then you answer your own question.
But my question is this, Ben, and we can move on. But my last thing is, how could you have those characters, and you make a lot of good points, if she doesn't even become Thor until like thousands of years in the future? Well, that's what this is saying. There's no story. There's no story.
She go back
evidence.
Can she go back in time?
There's no story evidence saying that has happened to this date.
You're acting like comics make any sense. They just do whatever they want.
Exactly.
That's a good answer too. Not mad at that answer. But again, my whole question, and like Richie definitely did a beautiful job of breaking down. She's not in the 616. If Hawkeye Deadpool takes place in the 616, that can't be Gwen or Foster. That's just my opinion.
My opinion too.
Fuck this.
All right. Next on the list, at number 9, we got some Planet Hulk back in the list. Incredible Hulk number 93. Really, really cool book. Love this run, but more importantly, this is the first appearance of Korg.
Oh yeah,
who we've seen in the new
well, let me. What is the sell for?
So this is now selling for $30.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, this one,
Underrated, undervalued book.
Korg has been in
He's hilarious.
He's a good character.
Has he been in 5 movies now?
Is it 5?
He's been in all or 2.
Ragnarok. He first appeared in Ragnarok.
Was that his first? Was that the first time he was in?
Yeah,
Avengers.
He was in. Yeah, he was in Avengers.
He wasn't in Endgame. No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
in,
he was in Endgame, right?
Not Endgame. The one before Endgame. What was the one?
Infinity.
Yeah, Infinity War. Yeah,
he wasn't. Was he Infinity?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was on the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
either.
Meek also. Meek is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Meek's
either regardless of how many. But I mean, he's clearly going to be. I mean, he's basically staying behind with Thor on wherever wherever they get left or whatever in that trailer. So I mean, he's going to. I mean, he's been there a bunch.
Taika Waititi said that this is going to be his last movie. He says he dies in this movie. Confirmed.
Korg?
Yeah.
Well, that fucking sucks.
I ain't watching that then. That's dumb. Why would you kill off that character?
But I got that news from some dude in the basement.
Charlie Murray?
Cool. Cool.
Charlie, what did the 5 fingers say?
Say it in the face. What did the 5 fingers say to spec?
Yeah, this one, I will say that normally, like every other time I look for Incredible Hulk, I always go to try and see if 92 is there, and I always forget about 93.
Oh,
If he dies, I'll shed a tear. Depending on how he dies, I would shed a tear.
Yeah, I'd rather them just not use him again rather than kill him off.
He's too good. He's a fucking the little.
There's
accent.
no reason. There's no reason to kill off characters.
No reason
There
to
really isn't, especially villains.
Awesome.
So, all right, number 8 on the list.
You know, Taika Waititi does his voice, right?
He's still here.
Yeah, Spider-Punk is back.
You guys know that, right?
I can never unsee that on.
Yeah.
This your fault, Brian. No, it's Ben.
Am I on mute?
It's your fault, Ben. They're fucking.
No,
on
you're
like
lagging, Richie. You're good.
This is 3 weeks in a row for.
I was saying Taco. Sorry.
No, say Rich.
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, Rich, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm lagging. My internet sucks. Go ahead.
You're good, brother. You're okay now. You caught up. you do this thing where you like lag and then you speak really fast. It like catches up. It's weird.
They're all Brian's all. Hang on, chat. We're gonna put on pause while Richie buffers. He has a counterpoint. 1 second. I was just saying at the end that Taika Waititi does the voice for Korg. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Spider-Punk. Yeah, it is now. I think the rise is slowing, but it's now up to 160 to 200 for this. So it's basically it's went up 3 weeks in a row, which is shocking to me. I don't think it's that. I think it's good. It's not the greatest cover ever, and from what I've heard, people just don't really like the book.
It don't matter.
I read it twice last night. Love it. Loved it.
How does it press, Richie?
I'm pressing one right now. I'll let you know. After the first press, it came out really nice. But let me show you one I just got in the mail yesterday at 9:00 that my comic shop gave it to me. And this is what it looks like, guys. This is worse than the cover A.
So and I don't know about worse than cover A.
No, it's worse than cover A. I swear on friendship, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Hang on a second. Let me get this light here. Look at all that. And then look at, I'm going to open the page here. All through the book, too.
Oh, that's work.
And then also I noticed this at the end, because when I was buffering the book with the cardstock to press my other copy, to protect the digital square, there's no digital square in there and there's no sticker. So they knew, they were like, oh, probably if we put this in here, we put this digital square in here, stack these books, that thing's going to go right through the book. So
allow me to say this real quick. Spider-Man 1 comes out next week. And I held those copies. Covers are amazing. Nice, almost DC quality cardstock. Gorgeous. I don't know why they didn't do that for Spider-Punk, because they know Spider-Punk is going to be a character they're gonna put their value into. Why would they put it on this doodle paper?
Supplies, probably.
Yeah, it was a paper slide. Yeah, Brian's right. But when I read it, spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert. If you haven't read it by now, come on, guys. But I see Brian's point of why he doesn't like the story. I remember reading it going, oh, now I see why McClay doesn't like it. I mean, it's because there was parts where I just was like, okay, this is kind of corny. And then also there's a little bit of PC stuff, which I don't really like. But I thought it was cool because there's a couple first appearances in there. And on top of that, he's fighting freaking Nazi punks. And Craven's crew are Nazi punks, not real Nazis, but like Nazis against spiders. And it's I thought it was awesome.
Oh, they're going okay.
He's calling them Nazi punks and stuff.
Well, listen, I think Spider-Punk is gonna be here to stay for a long time. I think the character has a lot of legs. I think going forward, especially after the movie, people gonna want this book even more. I think we will be revisiting this cover in 2023. They pushed the movie back. Is $160 a price point that you want to get it at? Wait till it comes down a little bit. Pick it up. Put it in the box somewhere. Forget about it. Send it to Richard for pressing. Send it to my man Red Hood for pressing. Send it to Half Price Quick for pressing with your favorite presser of choice. Get it back. Put it in the box. Sit on it. A year from now, eat.
Hey, I did want to touch on something just real quick before we jump off this book. Philip Chung says they'll have to grade a curve or grade on a curve with this book. I come from the sports card world first, and there is no curve.
Yeah.
Like if it's not a 10 because of a printing defect, then it's not a 10. Then there are no 10s. So if this is crappy paper and there are no 9/8s, they should not be giving 9/8s.
That's right.
Just because they did it across the whole entire run, there should be 0. So I hope that they do not do that.
They didn't do it for Canto 1.
Well, they did it for Darth Vader 3, 1 in 25 of the Roca. If you turn that book on the back, you see on 9/8 all right on the staple and on the fuck. And if you kill Manga 2, that black the color rub on the back went on the staples. They gave 9/8 to that.
Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur 1 hip hop too. They do that.
Yeah, it's crap. It's bullshit. Yeah. They shouldn't have problems like this. They're freaking Marvel.
Right. Exactly. You're a multi-million-dollar company.
Next book is a Peach Momoko book that I like.
Love it.
Really?
Yeah, I actually like this. I love this character. Nice. I love how her design. Yeah, this is really good. This is something I wish I'd have picked up.
Good Momoko.
Yeah,
and I have your box with your bags and boards. Just hang on. Wait. If you wait a few more days, you might have a copy in there. All right.
SpiderGwen Gwenverse number 2, the 1 in 100 variant. Yeah. So it's beautiful.
Yes. Really?
I like it, dude.
This is good Momoko. Right.
You know what? And I'll be honest. I don't think it's cool as much as a Momoko thing because I just like the character. I like the design of the character. Too. I like that she's been in the history of with All New Wolverine. I love that run. Yeah, this is a cool book for me.
Yeah,
who is this character?
This is the Honey Badger, aka new name. What is it? What's your new name?
It's Gwen as Wolverine.
So, well, okay. Is that what it is? Like it's supposed to be. I thought that was that Honey Badger character. No. That's weird.
That's what I said. I have no idea.
They're doing it with Miles with the What If, and they're doing it with Gwen over here.
Man, I thought that was the freaking Honey Badger character.
This is the best character.
That's a bummer. Well, that just ruined my my liking of this book.
Honey Badger only has.
Thank you. Yeah, Gwen Vereen.
She only has one blade.
Okay. Yeah. Honey Badger has fewer claws. Oh, that's a bummer. It is what it is. It's decent. It's not as good as I thought it was.
Because it's that Honey Badger?
Yeah, man. I like that character. That character is cool.
Yeah, so
she has one
claw. So they did this on issue 1 as well. They did a 1/100 design variant. They did it on 2. And I think they're doing it on 3 as well. So this one's selling for $125, but issue 1's only selling for $85. So just kind of take that in. If you're thinking about dropping money on this, the first issue,
Yeah, but
1 in
issue
100
1
dropped.
was
T. Jones has
on the other way.
great
On
comment.
counterpoint on that, Ben. Issue 1 was the print run is probably 3 or 4 times bigger.
It might
and this is going, yeah. And then this is the later issue of 1 in 100, and a lot of people are down on Momoko right now. I don't think there's going to be a lot of these out there.
If this was Honey Badger's costume, it would be fucking awesome. The costume's awesome. If we have Honey Badger running around, will we see Gwen Green running around later on? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I mean, because you got Honey Badgers and
comics,
and McClay just killed any spec for this character because he thought it was Honey Badger.
Hey man, it's been a long week. It's 420 week, baby.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't smoke, but you know what's crazy? I want to say this real quick. Everybody smoked so much weed in New York City that 420 was just a regular day.
Yeah,
I smoked less weed on 420 than I did on fucking regular day.
Oh man, everybody's in here is saying so. Well, not everybody, but here we go. Souza is the next. You think Souza will be the next? Hopefully, she won't work her pen to death.
Yes.
Well, we'll see. We'll talk about her in a little bit here.
Rianne Gonzalez.
Yeah.
She's coming for that throne.
Hey, Patrick said people even got tired of Besh quickly. Some people were tired of Besh from the very first cover.
Speaking of Besh, I don't know if you guys see my Instagram. That fucking Spider-Man that comes out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw that.
Son. That's what I'm saying. If you don't think that, if you don't think that,
I'll probably still hate it.
No, if you don't think
I've not seen it.
Yo, check my IG. If you don't think that cover's fire, Ray Charles got some eyeglasses for you.
All right, I'm gonna check it right now.
Here you go. I got it. This is yeah, it isn't bad.
Is it bad?
It isn't bad.
Well, I got if Ben says
beautiful,
it's not,
yeah, I like it, dude.
If Ben says it's not bad, that means it's fucking. Well, how do you think? I'm waiting for the Ben because he's like the ultimate hater. He's up there, top 5 haters of all time.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that she at least didn't use black to outline the character.
Yeah,
the white or the neon at least makes it kind of look like he's like neon with the city and stuff like that. I just don't like the line work. It's too
neon-y.
It's too boxy and.
What out of 10?
For her, this is no. I said for her, this is much better. I mean, this is better than what the other stuff. The other stuff I can't even now. In fairness, Spider-Man's face is covered up, so I don't have to look at the drawings of the face that I really can't stand. But taking the black line work or the outlines and stuff away is huge. So. It's better.
I like it. Yeah, I like
it's better.
What out of 10?
I mean, I wouldn't be like, ooh, I want this. I mean, I'd still give it like a 6.
A 6 on the hater scale is like 10. Now, but when you see the person's like, it presents very, very well, and it's a great color. And I'm not moving it. I'm not selling it. So.
Well, here's one artist that just keeps on putting out fire upon fire, and that's Jenny Frison.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Sandman book, Death. Beautiful, beautiful cover, and it is at number 6 this week.
Yeah, so number 1 last week. Last week it was selling for like $250 to $275. Now it's $300 to $350. So it's still going up, which is crazy. For
a Sandman book.
Sandman book. But there are a lot of people who love that Death character, and there's just not like a bunch of variants and stuff out there.
Doc Joe definitely needs what's the guy's name? Corinthian?
Yeah, Corinthian.
He needs a whole bunch of Corinthians in his office.
I think it's cool because it's hit that.
Yeah.
It's hit that like that multiple home run thing. It's got the skull cover. It's got the cool way the skull cover looks. It's got death on it, and it's frozen. Like, and it's a variant.
Yeah.
Somebody said Phoebe Cates. I was like, yes.
No, that is somebody last week said
Aguilera.
Yeah, no, Christina Applegate.
Applegate.
Like,
yeah. Aguilera. Jesus Christ.
You said Applegate?
I said Aguilera.
Oh,
yeah, it's definitely Christina Applegate.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay Bonilla says he collects death covers. I know a lot of people that either collect death covers, or another surprisingly thing that death shows up a lot in is when people get sketchbooks and they have a whole book and they just say, I want, different artists to do death. So I've seen those quite a bit.
Isn't there like a Sandman Death Gallery? I had like all these old boxes here. So what is it? It's just a collection of just death covers?
I think it's like pinups and stuff from different artists.
Yeah, different artists.
They're dirt cheap too. So
yeah,
that might be one to look out for.
Jen
Connolly's not bad, but it's just good. It's good. We know that. All right, next on the list at number 5. Here it is again, Momoko, and this one is not good.
Okay, this book pisses me off.
Yo, fuck this book. Say it.
This book pisses me off. So you can't even tell what this book is.
I didn't know what the fuck was going
on. So this is Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day, Free Comic Book Day, 1 in 1,000 variant.
What do you mean? What do you mean free comic? What?
Right.
Stupid.
Yeah, 1 in 1,000 on Free Comic Book Day.
Ain't that like 40 cents?
What they pay like 10? I think retailers pay like 9 cents or something like that per copy. So 1,000, so that would be $90. Is that what? Yeah. So they would pay basically $90. It's selling for like $3.75.
Wow.
I don't like the whole entire idea that it's Free Comic Book Day is now not Free Comic Book Day. Now it is. I'm gonna buy a bunch of Free Comic Book Day books just so I can make money off of a 1 in 1,000 crappy variant. It just pisses me. This whole thing just pisses me off. I don't like it. I didn't want to put it on here for that reason, but it shouldn't be live. I mean, Free Comic Book Day is not for another like 2 weeks.
Now, isn't Blade's daughter supposed to first appear in this?
Yeah, supposedly it's supposed to be a first appearance, which me and Free Comic Book Day I don't even count those as first appearances.
Who's that character on her shoulder?
Which one? The
one with the sword in the back, yeah.
Blade?
Is that Blade's daughter? What is that?
It doesn't look like a daughter to me.
Yeah, Blade's son.
Not that you could really even tell, because like Captain Marvel looks like I don't even know what to even say.
Captain America looking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't the same platform that is saying Elsa Bloodstone for Ruby? Weren't they? But like 2 weeks before, when this book was on FOC, they were saying that Ruby character could be this daughter. Jeez, mind blowing.
I don't know. This stuff, like I said, this just pisses me off. It just makes me mad. And
what's it selling for?
Almost $400.
Oh my god!
It's Free Comic Day.
Hey, it's below ratio.
Yeah. On a 9-cent book, I mean,
it just Marvel should be ashamed of themselves.
I want to say one thing, because I have to start Drunken Chat in like 5 minutes because they said we start too late. Okay. But I do want to say that Marvel event that's coming up.
Yeah,
I had put it on my IG, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you guys to. This is something that the story. If you know, did you read it, Rich?
Which one?
What is this? The Judgment Day storyline that's coming up.
You're talking about this book, right?
No. What was this? Whatever the Free Comic Book Day book was, right?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I haven't read it obviously yet, but I read that promotion. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, some in the end of that book is crazy, happens crazy, and if Marvel takes that violent adult approach towards the storyline for this event in the summer, I think we have a hit on the hands. And I'm just talking not spec. I'm forget about spec.
You're talking about a good story.
It's a good story. That's all I was talking about. Was a good story.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Blade's daughter was in this book. I was like, yo, Larry had let me see some shit. And wow.
Guys, Mel makes a lot of sense. I mean, and also shout out to Tony Blue Green Artifacts. He also has a YouTube channel and he does pickups. It's awesome. Please give him a sub. Yeah, but Mel makes a lot of sense. If you want some really good cheap spec, but also have some awesome covers and really good story, start reading down that Blade story arc. He's dropping F-bombs. They're freaking doing adult stuff. It is so good. Every Tomb of Dracula book I love. Going into the modern Blade stuff, it's just really good story writing. I love it.
If they keep this adult violent approach to the story, that's why I said I hope Marvel doesn't fuck this up.
Totally agree.
All right, so what's the next one? Because I got 3 minutes left.
Souza Micah, Catwoman number 42. This is the 1 in 25 variant, and Souza Micah just continuing to put out awesome art. Yeah,
heat after heat after heat.
Yeah.
Her thing is leather reflection.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This, for some reason, reminded me of the X-23 Delato cover.
Yes.
Like she's kind of a different. She's like a reverse angle of it, point. But it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, but peep this. Take the Catwoman ears off and take the bat ring out. Put like a knife in the hand. That's a dope Red Room variant.
That's just a good cover. Period.
That period. At the end of the day, yeah.
I love. They put the box art or the UPC doesn't look too terrible. Minimal trade, which I like on this one, but at least there's something there. They could even put a Catwoman trade dress in there bigger that looked good, that was modeled good, and it looked good still.
I like the lights in the back. It looks like old school Batman.
Yeah,
she's gonna get a yeast infection for sure. Besides the point, it's still great.
Yeah, Chad Cave hit me up and he goes, "Hey man, would you buy this for 30?" And I didn't realize that it was 1 in 25. I go, no. And then the next day I did a show and I'm like, I was mistaken. I would definitely buy this for 30.
We're not 100% right all the time. Like,
yeah,
we probably hit about 20% of the shit. We're just entertaining as fuck.
Yeah, this is beautiful. It's a good one. What's it selling for in the secondary?
50-60.
Not bad.
Not
bad. Well, it's a $5 book, so 1 in 25, right? It's not you can't say how do we usually, it's selling for ratio. You can't really do that anymore. So that's a pretty good deal for this book.
It's all for those days.
All right, number 3 on the list this week, Thor: God of Thunder number 25.
First appearance.
Yeah, this is what I would go with, but I'm not really buying into her as Thor long term anyway. So
if she was younger, yeah. If Natalie Portman as old as I am,
people don't want Jane Foster Thor. They want Thor. Yeah. And it's a cool little storyline. Shout out to Mickey Swaggle House Comics and Games. I jumped on there the other night for a nice little roundtable. Newbie was on there. Chris from Journals Comics.
The Illuminati,
yeah. It was a lot of fun, and they talked about that character and what do we think long term. And I agree with Ben that people don't want to see Jane Foster Thor for a long period of time, and the less time we have Thor out not being Thor, it's not good for. It's not. I don't think it's a great movie watching experience. So I agree. I don't think
point.
this is a. I don't think this is a book. I think it's a book to sell. I wouldn't. There's no reason I would be in on Jane Foster Thor. So sell, in my opinion.
But if you are into it, I would buy this one. I think this is a better buy, but that's me.
I don't think it's
Great.
a sell. Last issue, it's lower print run. It's a really nice appearance, and it's cheaper down the totem pole based on investment wise. That's what I got from Ben's.
So, all right. Next on the list, and what was this selling for? You said again?
That one is selling for $50.
Nice. That whole God of Thunder run, man. Just everything in there sells. All right. Next on the list, obviously my favorite book of the week, my favorite book of the month. And if you have one that you don't want, send it my way. The Secret History of the War on Weed, the 1 in 25 Scott Koblish variant for, what is this? They call this issue 0.
Yeah, I guess that's issue 0. I don't know if this is like a one shot or what this is, but
well, this is beautiful, and I need one, and I need not only one, I need 2, 3, I need them all.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I don't mean to cut you off. Oh, by the way, fucking Ghost for some fucking reason. Hard to find. She was a vapor. She was smoke. I gotta head over, start setting up because my guys don't want me to be late.
Mel, have a good weekend, brother.
Love you guys. Rich, I gotta holler at you. Snowfall was amazing. Ben, love you to death, brother. I will be here next week. McClay, see you in a few.
Hey, brother.
Listeners, love you guys. Chat, love you guys. See you over there drinking chat in about 10 minutes.
Sweet. No, I found this one funny. One, that they did release it on 420, but two, just the fact that people forget that you weed guys are super passionate about your collectibles with the surrounding weed. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, hell yeah,
man. It's not a surprise that it's selling for $100. I mean, it's not a surprise to me at all.
I love this book. I also saw this. Did you guys see this too? Was this some sort of extra secret variant? Did we just lose Richie? This right here. What is this? Is this some secret variant that they put out for this? It's the Board 8 version that I need this also. This is interesting. You guys know about this?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got here? Does it talk about it?
Oh,
Sold out. They were $20. Limited print run of 500.
Oh, straight from Image.
Yeah. Damn it. It's an NFT. Is it an NFT? It better not be a damn NFT. Oh man.
Well, that would be weird because it would. I mean, it says limited print run. You don't really have a print run on NFTs.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And let's see here. Are they saying that it's on eBay too? Is it selling on eBay? Let's take a look here.
So I'm not a a smoker or anything like that. So I didn't really. I had to look and find out why 420 is even such a big day. Like I didn't. And then the history on it is still.
They don't know.
It's kind of suspect. They were saying it was like they think it's 5 college kids or something like that.
Yeah.
That met out at and they would just use that 420 as code.
Yeah.
And then Grateful Dead picked it up and started using it. But
and not only that, it takes back 420 from being a bad day to being a good day. So I always thought that too. But this Koblish variant is beautiful.
Yeah, so people are like, "Oh, yeah, it's Hitler's birthday," but that's from everything I was reading. Like I said, I don't know the history behind it, but everything I was reading, all that stuff is all just just coincidence. That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and Jay Bonilla said, "Is this comic made of hemp?" I want to know the first. I want to know if there was ever any comics made with hemp. It would have had to have been before the what is it? What act where they made cannabis illegal? The 30s, I think 37 or something like that. But that would be pretty cool. But yeah, man, 2 cool variants. This one is my favorite. I tried to hit up people to see if they had any, and everybody I hit up didn't have any. So I am on the lookout for this beautiful copy. What is this selling for right now?
It's 100 right now.
Ooh-wee.
But again, I mean, this is one of those that I have a feeling that like people that collect this type of stuff, they're going to get it, and they're not going to make it back out on the market. They're not buying it to
Yes.
flip. They're buying it to keep. And so finding once the initial run of this stuff goes, this may just kind of just fall into oblivion, and nobody, basically can ever find it again.
Yeah. Shout out to Jesse James Comics. Jesse says the Harley Quinn polybag a couple years ago had a scratch and smell variant. Yes, it did. It smelled like skunk. And this one, if I owned it, would definitely go in a frame and on the wall. I think this would be a dope print. I hope maybe if any of you guys are Scott Koblish, I think is doing an event soon in California, and I'd be interesting to know if he has prints of this, and if he does, I think it'd be cool to get one. So really, really cool book. All right, let's end it, you guys, with the #1 book of the week. And I think we all kind of knew that this was going to happen. It was going to be one of these Jane Foster books. And here it is, Thor #1 from 2014, the not a first appearance Jane Foster book, but a cool cover nonetheless.
Can you believe that this is 2014?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like when I saw, I was like, oh, that was like 20, that was like 3 or 4 years ago. No, that was 8 years ago. I can't believe that was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I will say, and so this is kind of an anomaly. So raw prices went from 50 up to 100 or more for raws, but 9/8 pretty much stayed the same. They were like at 290 and maybe went to like 320. So they didn't really move that much for 9/8 copies. So it's a bit of that's kind of unusual. I actually think that, using like the 2.5, 3x for modern books on 9/8, so the 320 is more in line with $100 raw. But I just think it kind of goes to show that I think a lot of people, even though there's a bunch of sales, they're not willing to drop a major premium on this because of it's kind of uncertain as to what's going to happen after this movie.
Well, also there are so many variants for this book. Show you guys if you don't remember. There was
a Ribic, right? Yeah, that Ribic is awesome.
The Ribic is beautiful. The Andrew Robinson's good. The Pacelli's not terrible. Fiona Staples is not terrible. I mean, there are a lot of good ones. The Scotty Young one is really good. Alex Ross 75th anniversary sketch variant.
Oh, I forgot about the Hastings.
Oh yeah, man.
With Deadpool.
Yeah, there is the Hastings ones is really good. There's a lot of them. There's a Mile High. I mean, there's a ton of them. And then there's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th printings. So a lot of covers for this one. I wonder how hard the blank one is to come across. But that Ribic is gorgeous, just beautiful.
Yeah, but like I said, I think when you just look at what these things were actually selling for, yes, the raws went up in price, but the 9/8 really didn't much. And I think, like I said, I think it just goes to show that maybe, at least I'm hoping, that some smart people are actually spending their money a little more smartly than they used to be, where they were just, oh, it's there. We saw her in a trailer. We're going to spend double what we did 2 days ago, even though they knew she was going to be in the movie already. So that's what didn't make any sense. But yeah, I was surprised, one, that Gore was not in the trailer at all, which was shocking. And who is that blue-haired girl? Those are the two questions I have with that trailer.
My biggest problem is the Gore stuff. And I could be, it could be something that I'm just overlooking, or it's going to be totally different. But one of the things that just blew me away, obviously the toy leak where Gore just looked really, really bad, and then there was the pictures of him walking around. And I'm sorry, like I think that if they mess up Gore, it's gonna taint the whole movie. Gore is such a good character that I think that character, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that they don't care about Gore and it's all about Jane Foster. Yeah. So yeah, Powder, exactly. Gore, you mean Powder? Exactly. It looked like Death from Bill and Ted's Adventure. You know what I mean? Yeah, it didn't look good. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah, even if it's pre-transformation Gore, it didn't look good.
When is this movie coming out? Is this summer? Or
Let's take a look here.
Because
I think it got pushed to July, right? Because
Doctor Strange comes out
May.
2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
2020. Let's
July,
see
I think. June or July.
July 8th. There you go, July 8th. So yeah, Voldemort. Looked like Voldemort. Uniform said he sent me the Weed Book Limited 420 zigzag cover, only $20. Wow, I might have to take a look at that. Don't buy any of those. All right, you guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. The number one book of the night, Thor #1, which is reaching how much on the secondary market, Ben?
$100 plus raw now.
And I'm not saying buy or sell, but I am saying sell. Thank you guys for hanging out. Also, remember there are people that love this community and make sure to want to grow this community. Make sure to help them all out. If you see them in the description below, go subscribe to them. And Ben, do you mind if I share something with you and share something with the rest of the viewers that you might not have seen yet?
Yes, and I actually just looked at my IG, and I did change it to the House of Stein, so I need to actually update my link or my IG account here.
Yeah, I saw that. That was very smart. How that you did that, brother. Very smart. All right. So for everybody out there, I want to share something. I showed. Richie has seen this, but I think it's pretty cool. I've recently, the past couple months, been helping my best friend and co-host over at the Bogcast film his writing and directorial debut for a series that he is trying to pitch. It is called The Sound Guy, and yeah, here it is.
I've seen my fate.
So there we go, you guys. That is the Sound Guy. Links are in my bio. You guys can go check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Was that you there at the end, Brian, in the fishnet?
No. I play myself in this. And that definitely wasn't me. That guy in the fishnet is one of the main characters of this episode. His name is Bobby Buttrock, the king of all butt rock. So it is a lot of fun. It's a story about a local sound guy, or a sound guy at a local club. And if any of you guys, I know Richie knows exactly what I'm talking about, grew up in a local music scene or been in a band and played out, you guys maybe even been sound guys, you know the life of the local sound guy. And it's absolutely crazy. So I'll let you guys know when the releases, but this was just the teaser to it. And really, really cool is that song is by a band called Will Haven, and it is my all-time favorite heavy band. And tonight, right before the Hot 10, I filmed a 2-hour podcast interviewing the guitar player Jeff Irwin from Will Haven. He actually came out to Phoenix, and we got to interview him in person at the Bogcast Studios, and it was absolutely amazing. So make sure to check it out. Subscribe to the Bogcast. Links are in my IG bio in the link tree. And thank you, everybody, for making this amazing and fun, and to continue to support everybody in this community. Make sure to subscribe to Dollar's new channel, Popcorn Culture. If you're not already subscribed to House of Stein, make sure you do. And also make sure to subscribe to The Amazing. You guys can also find us on Whatnot. Stein will be there soon. You can find me over there at Bryan McClay. I'll have an amazing May 4th sale. Dollar is going on immediately following this, so make sure to go check him out. And Mighty Mel V will be tomorrow night at his Drunken Chat Son. Also, don't forget to check out Mellow Fellow Trading. You guys can see the link below. You can get a $10 off your first purchase at Whatnot. Let's call it a night. What do you say, gents?
Sounds good.
Audio.